Alright, so cool. If you haven't been living under a rock, you would hear some Dragon Ball news going around. And I'm not talking about that Dragon Ball magic stuff, and I'm definitely not talking about this Dragon Ball Saga campaign that's going on right now. What we're really looking forward to is the next Ultra, let's be honest. You must be tired of this Gold Freezer tyranny where literally every game you play you're gonna run into at least one. He's very OP. If we're being honest, this Dragon Ball Saga campaign ain't cutting it. They're trying really hard to drop these Dragon Ball Saga units, Zenkai here and there, but really and truly, unless they carry this on for about 2 months and also give them an Ultra for Dragon Ball Saga on top, Dragon Ball Saga is never gonna be a team that can consistently compete, on top of the fact that people are just very low on Chrono Crystals coming out of the anniversary. With that being said, it's very likely that we're gonna get one more Ultra before we head into the festival, where we'll get the last Ultra for the end of the year. Right now we're in the month of September, closing out pretty much gonna be heading into the month of October. And in October, similar to last year how we got the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, we should probably get another Ultra this year, and I'm thinking it's gonna represent the same tag, which would be movies. Now back to what I mentioned at the start of the video, you would hear some Dragon Ball news going around. If you've seen the Dragon Ball news, you would know that we have entered the 10th anniversary for the Battle of Gods movie. They've actually been posting it on their social medias, so I have some screenshots on the screen right now referring to their Twitter page. So what they've actually decided to do is bring the movie back into cinema, or the movies if you're an American, North American, whatever man, the cinemas, but only exclusively in the United States from what I've seen, and they're most likely going to show some hidden footage or special footage that they did not show when the movie released 10 years ago. From what I've seen, it released in 2013 in March, and right now we're in September, like I said, heading into October. So the big question is, why haven't they done anything to actually show that in game? Well, here's where this video comes in, because that's what this is about. This is about whether we'd be seeing an Ultra Super Saiyan God Goku, or if you're one of those guys, we might get Ultra Beerus. Either or, them two characters were easily the most favorited characters from that movie, and they were the strongest outright. Beerus introducing the whole God Key aspect to Dragon Ball. This movie, by the way, is Dragon Ball Z. It literally says Dragon Ball Z in the title, even though we know that Beerus is a very popular character from Dragon Ball Super. Now, if I'm looking at it realistically, he would actually be a very perfect option, and I'm talking about Super Saiyan God Goku, to be an Ultra. We've been getting Gokus throughout this whole year, and I don't feel like right now is the time to stop, to be honest. They're just going to keep going and finish off the whole year strong while releasing all these Gokus. Another correlation I want to draw, which I mentioned earlier in this video, last year we got the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, but this year we could get a new movie's Ultra, and it'd be cool if it referred to the Battle of Gods movie. Now right now what you're seeing on the screen is all of the characters that belong to that movie.
Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And as you can see, the catalog is very, very small. We've only got 6 units from that saga, from that movie. They're not all movie characters, of course, so for that reason, we could definitely be seeing some more units that would actually contribute to this saga, to this episode, to this tag, or whatever you want to put it under. Also just speculating, but whether it comes in an Ultra or Legend Limited, assuming he's gonna come, it would be very, very cool in my opinion if he came in Ultra Rarity, because he'd very much fit the idea of an Ultra, with the fact that he took in all the energy from the Saiyans on Earth to become that Super Saiyan God. But on top of that, I see a lot of potential with the actual unit, with the fact that there's a lot of things that went on with him. For example, he transformed into a Super Saiyan God, so the doors open for him possibly being a transformation unit. But outside of that, he could also have the transformation also cool down. As we know, when he was finishing off the battle against Beerus, he actually finished it off in a Super Saiyan and then went into base. So that could also be very, very cool. Also, something I just want to sprinkle a bit into, I saw a tweet somewhere, we're very much closing into 2,000 days of Dragon Ball Legends, and if you don't know, around the 1,000-day mark of Dragon Ball Legends is when they actually release the Ultra Rarity. So 1,000 days later, we might be seeing a new rarity, or if not something that makes Ultras more valuable, the speculation of an Ultra Legend Limited. Don't dive too much into that though, I'm just throwing it out there because somebody has to every other month. Going further into the Ultra segment of his character, considering they've been releasing Gokus this whole year, refer to this tweet on the screen, it kind of makes sense if they drop an Ultra Super Saiyan God Goku who would actually attribute to the Ultra category, but a Goku that's not the free to play Super Saiyan Goku. We also know that God Key on its own is not a very good tag, so it's another reason to produce a Ultra God Goku. And with the agenda that Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is going to come to life for the festival this year, if they plan on buffing movies early, which they already have through the anniversary with the Gammas and Orange Piccolo, even though Orange Piccolo is pretty much useless, leading into this Ultra here where we're assuming there's going to be something Battle of Gods related. And let's not forget that the Dragon Ball Saga units also have the sagas from the movies tag labeled onto them. It shows a lot of potential for the next Ultra that we could possibly get. Now, I talked about Goku a lot, but let's actually talk about Beerus because he is the main antagonist for that movie. If you don't want to call him an antagonist, at the bare minimum, he's a powerful opponent. Using the word antagonist because I don't know if we want to declare him a villain for that movie. But what I will say is that the Ultra Whole rarity is comprised of mainly Ultra Fusions and Ultra powerful opponents. There is Goku there and there is Vegeta there, but besides from that, the rest of them are either powerful opponents or fusion warriors, which is actually very crazy. With that trend continuing, I could very much see a Ultra Beerus coming to light, especially considering that Beerus was the first Legends Limited in the game. A lot of people might not remember, but he did not have a legendary finish when he was first added to the game, but he did have the Legends Limited title added to his name. That gave him some sort of status, and if they were to attribute that to his Ultra, or even just show him love by producing an Ultra to him, I know a lot of the people that have been hating on Fusion Warriors and stuff like that would be very happy to actually see a character that's not a Saiyan at least. Anyways, this whole video is pretty much just speculation, so you shouldn't really take it as fact, but I feel like it's the best thing to do because they continuously do things like this when they want to promote their series. They almost have to. With the superhero movie, we saw that they did a lot of advertisement in game and they even released characters, some that we could actually just get for free. For example, the Gammas, and I believe they even gave Pan out for free and some Z power for Beast Gohan if my memory serves me correctly. They've even gone ahead and dropped Gamma 1 and 2 as a Legends Limited this year alongside Orange Piccolo for the 5th anniversary. So they're really doing a lot to push their movie. And with it being the 10-year anniversary of the Battle of Gods movie, I think it's reasonable to expect such a unit to drop. I'm recording this the next day because I missed one of my biggest elephants in the room. But last year specifically, Legends had a crazy lineup leading into the festival. And we all know in the festival, they had Ultra Gogeta Blue, right? But let's just point out the list of units they dropped. They dropped Cooler, the counter to the anniversary Ultra Super Vegito. He was red, just a menace. But then he got countered by Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan took him the hell out. Beast Gohan's been in the game for a long time. He's not as popular now, let's say. But when he did come out, he was in the game for a minute. I already touched on Beast Gohan a bit. Obviously, Broly, I talked about him. That's a big movies lineup leading into the festival, you know. That's a big lineup. They had a lot of units dropping all over the place, and movies wasn't even a weak team prior to that, let's say. It was actually pretty decent, and they've always pretty much got a couple good units. Like, let's bring up Revhan. Revhan's insane. Blue Bros, let's bring up Blue Bros is insane. Ultra Super Gogeta, insane. So leading into the end of the year, I think it's almost guaranteed that we're gonna get a movies unit, if not in the festival, which I'm actually against because I'm obviously on my Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta agenda. But of course, if not during, it's going to be prior, which is what they did last year anyways with the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, Cooler, Beast Gohan. They even dropped the Pan. So I think that's also another big thing that should just naturally be spoken about, not just with Broly, which I already dove into a lot, but the lot of the movies units that they dropped leading into the festival for last year. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, but I feel like that's a very big factor to actually bring up recording this next day because obviously I'm an idiot. With all that being said, let me know what you guys think about this being a possibility in Dragon Ball Legends. Again, emphasizing the fact that it's not a guarantee and this is more so a discussion, but I think it's very plausible given the timeline of events we've had. Appreciate you guys for watching the video. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.